The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Zebra.
The toss play, Stewart. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Zebra.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Stewart on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Zebra. Hey, gun.
Snap comes at 1. Manning. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Now they pitch it. It's Stewart. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From midfield, here's Manning. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Manning. And Latimer's got it. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The handoff comes to Stewart. No gain on the play there, second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
On second down, here's Manning. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick. And not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Come on now. Come on now, Greg. Let's go.
Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set. Blue 80. Hey, go 56. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam. 56. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, they run run with Stewart. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Manning. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Shotgun now for Manning. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Long in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Shorty.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Wentz to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
81, 81.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Complete to Stewart, right side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Zebra, 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
Manning to throw once more. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now Manning again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And the kick by Rosas is good. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a play fake. Wentz rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They go back to Stewart on first. And he powers his way up past the 30. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Manning to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Zebra, zebra, zebra. Go 56, 27's to Sam, 27's to Sam. Right.
Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Receiver.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They hand off to their big tight end. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Manning now on first down. A dump off here to Stewart. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw is Manning. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's the backup Lauletta. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They're going to run. This is Stewart. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Giants go on fourth but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Well, where have we seen this before? This might be shades of Super Bowl 52, Charles. Eagles up by a score in the fourth quarter, needing to run some clock.
Yeah, and they don't need to take that much off here. And think about it this way. Different quarterback under center with the one you're thinking about.
They had Nick Foles under center Super Bowl 52 here, Carson Wentz. But in Super Bowl 52, they took over 7 minutes off the clock.
They certainly did, and they really ground it down and stuck it in the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This is Ajayi. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Come on now, come on now. Let's go.
They run again with Ajayi. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. Room to run past midfield. Ajayi's going to go. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there from Ajayi. 56 yards. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On 2nd and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Jonathan Stewart, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Michael Bannon in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. A big play there for the Giants. 45 yards. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for two and decide it right now.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing his Wentz. Flushed out right. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Back to throw. Wentz. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Wentz. Flush to his right. Aguilar has it. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether we're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
Wentz now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. This is Clement trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on 3rd down. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. They run with Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. On play action, it's Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Come on now, let's go. Four down.
Here's Ajayi. And he's got some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
On the ball.
They'll run with Clement. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And that is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now Wentz. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lauletta. Too much this time. Down he goes. Jordan Hicks in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down.
Detroit!
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. And nearly intercepted. Oh, they could have had victory if he had held on. Now it's 4th down. They sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach at Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. Used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, as that one was there.
They snap it to Lauletta. And it is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense,